Well, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, regardless of where you are calling from. It's always a pleasure to have the opportunity to share this valuable information to all of you. I want to thank you for joining in. Really appreciate those of you that are actually taking an active role, that are actually getting involved, that are actually doing the assignments. It's always a real pleasure, and it's always interesting to see how many folks are actually. I'm just making sure here that you guys are hearing me. It looks like I'm frozen. I just want to make sure everything is fine. Just bear with me here one moment. Just want to make sure this is good. Okay, I'm just not seeing. Okay, here we go. Yeah, we're live. Okay, wonderful. So, one thing that's very important, first of all, we're doing day 23 here. So, we've been 23 days on this social media run. This is really, really exciting. There's so much knowledge and information was passed on. And this session is a short one, I promise you. Here's the thing. Frazier was talking about something that had a massive impact into his personal brand because we're into the branding aspect now. And one thing that's very important in social media is for people to recognize you and start to associate you with something that you're branding yourself with, something that actually makes sense for others to see, oh, yeah, this is that person that talks about this stuff, right? This is your brand. And one thing it talks about is finding your dream 50. What is your dream 50? Well, your dream 50, I've got in my note here. First of all, we're looking into Facebook, TikTok, LinkedIn, Instagram, YouTube Live, whatever social presence, whatever social media you prefer, is to establish a connection by following people that you appreciate that also have the kind of topic that interests you. It's really that simple. So people are talking about, for example, money. People are talking about wellness. People are talking about personal development. People are talking about social media. People are talking about network marketing. And don't be afraid of the word network marketing, folks. There's millions and millions and millions of people involved within the arena of network marketing that very much respect the industry. And again, the fact is to find this dream 50, right? Is to start with 1 and 2 and 3 people that have common interests, things that you're looking for. People that have a following that has to do with one of the topic that you are interested in. And one thing that was mentioned is don't be too concerned on how many followers they have, but be more concerned about the interaction, the engagement that are people that are following actually have. So one thing that's an example that I thought was actually really hit home for me, it says, imagine if Jesus Christ had an Instagram platform and he only had 12 followers. Well, think about it. I mean, these 12 people, or these 12 followers have impacted the entire world. No, I do understand not everybody's calculating about it, but you understand what my meaning, right? These 12 disciples, these will be his 12 people. And the fact here is the engagement that they had was unbelievable, right? And this is the point that I want to make sure you understand is when you're following these Dream 50, right? Don't just be concerned on how much following they have, but also how much engagement they have. Wherever it is in a group, that it is when you're doing a search. And here's the thing that's important. What he talks about is the ICT, right? Which is the same interest as you. They have similar customers that you have. They have team members, right? This kind of folks that have this kind of interaction within this environment. And similar interests, similar customers, similar teams. These are the kind of people that's kind of the gauge that you want to look for. Okay. And one thing here is that you want to start with 1 and 2 and 3. In fact, we'll talk about the dares with, the dare is to find 5, start with 1 and then and find a second one. And the fact is, start accumulating them, and you want to follow them on a daily basis. See what's going on, see what they're doing. But something that's very important that you keep in mind is leave the network marketers alone. They already have a home. See, your goal is not to poach people. I know that some people may turn around and see it as an opportunity to start poaching and start to attract network marketing from other teams into your team. This is not going to create the results you're looking for. It's going to create resentment. It's going to do the opposite. So be mindful of that. Be respectful. Have the mindset of wanted to support, wanted to provide information. You want to learn from them. You want to build a relationship, right? You don't want to be a poacher. I'm telling you, it is horrible. And a lot of people do that. And that's the reason why they never make any money in this kind of business, because people resent them for what they do. Don't be these people. So I'm underlining this because it's important. We're teaching you a lot of great things, but it's like having a weapon, right? You can do some great things with it, or you can do some bad things with it. So my point here is build a relationship, make a connection. And the one thing that you want to do is you're looking for generally a following of about 5,000, right? They have about 5,000 people or so. And within this 5,000, go through the comments. And when you see about 50 response within that comment, 50 plus comments within that, this is a person that most likely, this is a good gauge to recognize, well, that's an influencer, right? They have a common interest. They have similar customers. They have a team base. And I can relate to that. And from there, connect with these folks, right? And thank you for coming. And I've noticed here, I see Marie Louise. I see I'm Tepe. I see Eric. I see Luz. Eric Asare. It's always a pleasure, guys. Thank you for coming. Thank you, Eric. I appreciate it. Good morning. So the point here, folks, is that you want to connect with people and you want to make friends, not enemies. So I'm underlying this because I know that we're teaching a lot of great things, but be wise on how you approach this knowledge to connect with people. And I'm telling you that if people connect well with you, they want to know more about you. They want to learn more about you. They want to get to know what you're all about and even what you're offering, right? So the dare for today is to find 5 people, which is, again, it's your goal is your dream 50. As I said, it start with 1 and then 2. It's going to take a little bit of time to start searching. Don't just fall on the first one you see, right? I know that, Fraser was talking some examples of his Dream 50. There's Eric Worre in there. There's Anthony Robbins in there. There is, there's many others. There's many others you can talk about here. I know I love Les Brown. I mean, I love this guy. It inspires me when he speaks. It just stimulates me, right? But again, you don't have to go with the big ones, right? Find people who have followers of a minimum 5,000 followers, and there's engagement. So whenever they post and look at the amount of comments, and again, the denominator, the factor is about 50, right? That seems to be a good gauge as something you can start. And in every single day, what you do is you follow them. And when you see something that interests you or engages you or stimulates you, then comment. And what's going to happen, and this is something that I really appreciate that Fraser was sharing, is if you come back regularly, right, to this circle of 5, for example, let's say this is who you're working with right now, and you keep engaging, well, guess what? They're going to recognize you. Think about it. You're posting something, you're sharing some things, and then there's the people coming back, constantly posting back, sharing some positive feedback, commenting, complimenting, adding to a point that you're sharing. What happening is that synergy is what creates that connection. So this is what the Dreams 50 are. Very simple. You're looking for 50 people. Start with 1, start with 2. You're not going to find 50 in 1 week. If you can, wonderful, right? And then start commenting. Start building relationship. And again, do that on a daily basis. That's it. That's all there is to it. And folks, may I suggest, I know that some of you are coming regularly, and I know it's not easy to do the dares or the assignment on a regular basis, but if you're having a hard time keeping up, here's what I do. Pick one. Here's something I started doing that I did before that I stopped doing. On my personal profile page, I started to engage into lives with topics that matters to me in reference to leadership, mentoring, mindset, anything that has to do with providing value to people. And this is what I started focusing on. In the same time, I take a segment of these videos and I post them into my Instagram Reels. And I have two different Instagram accounts. One is personal and the other one is my business. And the other one is my wife and I. I got a TikTok. And I take the same video as you saw in previous videos. And I suggest you go back to previous sessions that we've done. And you can take the same video that could be utilized in different social media. And what I found, interestingly, again, it's just kind of a side note here, is some platforms do better than others. Like some things do better in TikTok than Instagram or Facebook. Something does better in Facebook than Instagram and TikTok. Something does better in Instagram than TikTok and Facebook. It's really interesting, right? So these are really the three platforms that I focus on. So this is the Dare Today again. Okay, just to recap here is start with finding five people. Minimum requirement is you should look at least 5 members, and at least when you look at the comments, there's at least 50 responses, 50 comments following a certain comment. Then you know that they're engaging people, that they're influencer. And that is my dare for today. So have yourself a wonderful day. Hope this was helpful. And bye for now.